Has the market bottomed? Let's look at 5 key indicators I use. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll share with you how I'm playing the market going forward. So we earn over 100,000 per year in dividends at this channel, as you know, and my performance value shows that we're up 31% for the year, 31%, and the S&P is up 12. The Nasdaq's up 28%, so we're beating all the indexes on a year-to-date basis. I know I say this in every video, but what else can I say to start out the video? I mean, I'm only trying to make videos based on my daily performance, and I just want us all to track our performance together so we can be successful and financially free together. So that's my whole goal at this channel. And I'm just showing my performance to show that this method works, okay? I use a little bit of margin at this channel, and I buy Cornerstone, which some people think is extremely controversial, but I don't think so when it's a 5-star fund and it beats all the indexes, as you can see below. So that has a 20% dividend, and that's where I get most of my income, the over 150,000 per year in dividends that you see. That's how I'm living financially free, is with not only Cornerstone, but with Defiance funds now, JEPI and QQQY. They have significant dividend yields. QQQY is about 60%, JEPI is trying to go for 30%. They're a little bit higher than that right now. So making a lot of money on these dividend plays, but I'm also getting capital gains, which is the goal here. We're at 0.48%, and as you can see above, the Nasdaq was up 0.39. So we beat the Nasdaq, and the Dow and the S&P beat us slightly, but that's okay. I always tell you, I try to stay in between the Nasdaq and the S&P, because when you're running margin, you want to keep your portfolio swings in line, okay? You want to make sure that they're predictable. You don't want to just tie your investments to stocks or risky things, volatile things. So 180,000 in debt, that's pretty manageable. I can click sell at any time and it's gone. I've made it through the 2022 bear market with no problem. People ask, how will this do in a down market? I outperformed in 2022, as you've seen by my results in past videos. So this doesn't show up on a credit check to banks, and it helps qualify to banks to get more loans and level up your account with. So that's how we're living financially free out of our brokerage accounts at this channel. It's not just getting these dividends. It's not just getting the performance. It's getting this loan ability, and also managing our available withdrawal number. This available withdrawal, 200,000, is what we spend out of to live freely out of this account. I can swipe my E-Trade credit card, go wherever I want in the world, buy cars, clothes, whatever. I'm also going to Europe for a month. So if you're still listening at this point in the video, all of my subscribers and members at Discord, if you need to reach me, use Discord or WhatsApp, please, because my text and my phone won't work as well. It'll also be really expensive. So available withdrawal, very important, okay? And so we buy a lot of investments here that are low maintenance, which I discuss in my margin e-guide. If you have questions on that, we'll talk about things in this video that I'm sure will bring up my e-guides once again on either Cornerstone or margin. So here it goes. So looking through the portfolio, let's see if we've bottomed, okay? Now, Cornerstone, I could check that because that's the indexes, but that's a closed-end fund. It's not the pure index. So let's go to the S&P. And as I've showed you in past videos, the S&P is on the 200-day moving average. So it doesn't seem like too many people care about this. This is in my volume 2 e-guides, by the way. If you have questions on how I look at charts, we also have Carbon Zero in the chat room, in the Discord chat room, who can walk you through how he uses charts. He and some other traders at Discord today had very good days. I was looking at the comments. Way to go. Good job, guys. So we're looking at the 200-day moving average on the S&P 500. And the black line, the 200-day, that's the all-important line, okay? And we've made many hammers. You see those intraday reversals, those candlesticks there, those are signs of a bottom, and we've been talking about that all week, all last week, okay? And so we got a second move higher today to touch the 20-day, the orange line. See, the black line here is the 200. Sorry if my phone's moving around fast. I'm on my phone. I'm not on my computer, okay? So This looks very positive, okay? I mean, this is a bottom to me if I've ever seen one. If we get any pullbacks from here, you should be adding. Today, when we had a pullback this morning on the Middle Eastern issues, you knew it was a buying opportunity. Those are always buying opportunities. Look at this MACD cross coming. This looks positive. This is a sign of a bottom too. When you go up on negative news, that's the sign of a bottom. Okay, the RSI was oversold here, so that was we were due for a rally there. Again, these are all in my Volume 2 e-guide. All my members who bought my e-guides, if you ever have questions, refer to that Volume 2 e-guide. Okay. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Also, if you want to look at other indicators today, in my Volume 1 e-guide, that's more about fundamentals and macro, and look at our GDP numbers and employment numbers. They're strong, okay? Interest rates are going to be falling as the Fed funds rate shows in 2024, 2025, and the market's always forward-looking 12 months. So these are bullish macroeconomic factors. So we have the 200-day moving average being tagged. We have strong macro factors acting as tailwinds behind us. Okay, we also have the VIX, which is something I talk about in my e-guides. I don't care if you buy my e-guides. I'm only saying this in case you ask questions. I can't answer everyone's questions, so that's why I made the e-guides. It's just to save myself time and energy. Okay, so charts, the VIX. Look, when the VIX is high, it's time to buy. When the VIX is low, it's time to go. So the VIX is high. We got overbought here on the VIX, as you can see on a one-year chart. Well, we broke past the 200, but look, we're overbought. The gray area, usually that's when stocks see a pullback. We got the pullback there. Nothing unusual. This is what you want to see. Look, we had a big spike above the 200, and we fell back, to the lower ranges after that again, and made new lows on the VIX, and that could very well happen again here as we set up for perhaps a Santa rally going into the end of the year, because the market's only up about 12% now or so, and it was down huge last year. So statistically, the markets have big up years, double-digit up years after a bear market year, after a 20% down market. Go look at the stats if you don't believe me. Margin, is, again, the whole key to my account and how I'm getting ahead. And one thing I did to add to stocks today and take advantage of these bottoms, or these technical indicators that I'm seeing, these indicators, not only technicals, but macro, and then now we have the VIX that I just showed you. They make me want to buy certain stocks and take advantage of this weakness, and I'm going to share with you that in 1 second. One more thing we want to look at is the dollar. Here on this channel, I barely talk about the dollar, but when the dollar's high, that's usually an issue for us because, Fortune 500 companies, they're multinationals. When they have to bring their money from overseas and convert it, it's an issue with the higher dollar. So look, we've been on a tear with the dollar, and if that starts pulling back, we could be looking at stronger signs of a bottom in the market. So we're showing some weakness here on the dollar. Let's see if that continues. We're overbought certainly. So that would work in our favor, perhaps, if the dollar topped out. And plus, that usually runs inverse to commodities, and that's why I'm going with, let's say, PBR. That's what I was going to get into next, PBR. It was up nicely today, up 4%. And look at this perfect pullback to the 100-day moving average, the purple line. This should work inverse to the dollar if the dollar tops out. Okay, so was this because of the Middle Eastern attacks? I don't think so. I think it was just a perfect opportunity on the chart to buy there, and the Middle Eastern attack was just a catalyst, to make that bounce more, have more conviction. That's all. This will probably be a nothing event from here on out. If something big happens, honestly, I don't feel like speculating, but when you get into war, it just means more spending by the government, and that's usually good for at least defensive companies. And we saw some of the biggest bull markets after World War II. And anyway, I don't want to get too much into the war stuff, but when we were having issues with Ukraine, the market didn't seem to mind it. It had a pullback, but it was swift, and we recovered pretty well during 2022. So despite World War III fears. So anyway, those are the indicators that I'm looking at. The dollar is high, the VIX is high. That's a sign to look at a top of the market. I'm sorry, a low in the market and a top in those indicators. The charts on the 200-day moving average were strong, look strong. The S&P 500 is on the 200-day moving average. Petro Brazil, that's 1K I bought of PBR. That's looking really good on the chart. But the reason why I only bought 1K is because it's a stock. And as you know, I keep all my stocks at 1,000. As you can see here, my riskier names I put at 1,000. And then, of course, I concentrate most of my money in Cornerstone, where once again, I have about 500,000 in this fund, and it's 5-star. And here's a special drip if you're new to this channel. You have to ask for the special drip in Cornerstone, which I have e-guides on volume 4 if you need help playing. Here's the market price, $7.93, and then here's the drip price of $6.49. So every month you drip that dividend down at the NAV for a 20% gain there. Look, every month, $6.76, 17% gain. Same for CLM, $6.91, 14% gain. So you get CRF and CLM both. They're tax-free, okay? They pay return of capital, and their net asset value rises. So you get return of capital that's good return of capital. If you ask about that, there's good and bad. It's good return of capital when the NAV is rising. And you see the chart there on Morningstar, it's rising. So I don't want to see those comments, please, in the comment section below. Cornerstone, again, that's where I have most of my money. I only put 1K in Petro Brazil because it's a stock. You never know what can happen. I also put a chunk of my money in JEPI and QQQY because they are the indexes. I don't mind putting all my money behind indexes, but you should be aware of Defiance funds. They are tricky. They have 0 days to expiration. We don't know how those are going to work out. I also have a lot of money in Yieldmax funds like OARC, but be aware of those as they could potentially decay and give you issues, in performance as the market moves down, because they move down by the function of the stock price, but don't go up by the same amount as the stock price. So beware of that, and then they keep cutting their dividends as they move lower. Beware of that with Yieldmax funds. You have to learn how to rebalance those on dips, I would imagine. For Cornerstone, the way to play Cornerstone is to time it around its rights offering, which that's what my Discord chat room was created for. I didn't make these e-guides to make money, okay? I didn't have Discord to make money. I created the e-guides because people had so many questions. That came after I created the channel, and now we have about 500 members on Discord who are playing Cornerstone with me. We have an announcement section here for the rights offering. So every year when Cornerstone does its rights offering, we go to this. I give you the alert of Cornerstone's rights offering here. Okay, this is the announcement section. If I can find the Cornerstone, here it is, Cornerstone rights offering announcement section. Okay, so that's where I announce of the rights offering. I also give you my portfolio daily trading recap, which is here above. Okay, this is where I update my portfolio when I'm not making videos on YouTube. This is where I'm going to be sending my portfolio updates when I'm in Europe. So if you need to track my portfolio, there you go. It's on Discord. And again, playing Cornerstone, just be careful with that one because you have to time it around its rights offering. Okay, you have to sell before it and buy after. And that's how you really level up your account. Okay, that's how I'm beating the market. All right, so if you need help doing anything that I'm doing in my account, email me for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com. If you think this is a bottom in the market, please leave comments in the section below. And if you like the video, click like or subscribe. By the way, I just want to say, when you buy my e-guides, you get free access to Discord for life and my phone number for life. So just keep that in mind, okay? If you like the video, again, hit like or subscribe, please. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.